My name is Harper Blake, and I have always tried to be the bigger person. I grew up in Austin, Texas, where the city shines bright with music, good food, and people who believe in second chances. I am 29 now, old enough to know how life can twist and turn, but still young enough to believe that love might mean something real. 11 months ago, I met him, tall, confident, a little wild. I thought he was the change I needed, someone to challenge me to be more, to dream with me, to stand by my side when things got ugly. The first 5 months were chaos, I will not lie. His temper flared up like the Texas sun in July, unpredictable and scorching. I tried to hold on, he said I made him better, and for 6 months maybe he did change. Our communication improved, and in some soft way I thought he was a man who could grow up. I let my walls down. I built our relationship brick by brick, hoping each argument was another stone in the foundation and not just a sign I should run. I forgot who I was a little. I stopped going out on Fridays with my friends and traded my laughter for nights cooking at his place, listening to him complain about his job, his family, the world. I poured myself into loving him until there was not much left, but last night my world changed. I walked into his apartment, arms full of groceries, thinking about making dinner together. I was humming, planning, picturing us cuddled on the couch. Then I saw his phone screen light up on the coffee table. I should never have looked, but I did. Her name flashed bold and new, a 21-year-old college student, the kind he used to make fun of on the street for being shallow. Their messages were full of secrets and jokes for just the two of them. My chest went cold. 11 months of defending him, of believing in his changes, and now there it was, proof as clear as a Texas night sky. I called him out then and there. I shouted, I cried, but all he gave me was excuses. My anger was louder than Austin traffic at rush hour, and I stormed out, the groceries still on his kitchen counter, my heart in pieces behind me. I spent the night on my best friend's couch replaying it all. I remembered every red flag I had painted green, every time I told myself his good days made up for the bad ones. I felt stupid and exhausted, but as the sun came up, the anger boiled over the pain. I wanted him to feel what I felt, a sense of betrayal so deep you lose your sense of self, confusion mixed with shame so sharp it stings all day. I wanted him to hurt, to feel lost, to taste the bitterness of wasted time, so I made a plan. I would not disappear and let him go on living as if I never mattered. That would be too kind. I wanted him to regret all of it. I would make him believe we were stronger than ever. I would act like nothing had changed, as sweet as honey and twice as thick. I texted him that afternoon, acting like I wanted to talk. When we met at a coffee shop, I pretended the fight was just a misunderstanding. I said I loved him, that I overreacted, that I wanted to try harder for both of us. He seemed guilty, but also relieved, like someone who barely dodged a storm. Over the next few weeks, I was the perfect girlfriend. I brought him coffee at work. I sent funny memes and inside jokes, those little things that remind you of why you fell in love in the first place. We started going out to dinner again. I laughed at his jokes, even the ones that were not funny. Every time he looked at me, all he saw was devotion. He never saw the storm brewing behind my eyes. I could tell he thought he had won. He got softer, more attentive, as if making up for the slip-up, but I watched him carefully. He got comfortable, maybe too comfortable. I started going out with friends again, just like before. I told him I wanted some independence. He thought it was cute, thought I was growing in confidence because of us. I smiled and let him believe it. Behind the scenes, I started chatting with someone new. He was different, kind, patient. We met for coffee, then dinner, then walks around Lady Bird Lake. I made sure my boyfriend never had a clue. If he texted, I replied a few minutes later with a joke and a kiss emoji. Months passed like this, me pretending, him sinking deeper into whatever fantasy he painted about us. He believed we were building a life together. I let him dream. I even talked about traveling or moving in together, watching his eyes light up with hope. Meanwhile, I kept building my new life, one where I was happy, one where I was respected. It was thrilling to know he had no idea that he thought everything was perfect. As our 1 year anniversary approached, I went all out. I booked a fancy dinner downtown, brought him a small, meaningful gift, told him I could see a future with him. He looked at me with awe, probably thinking how lucky he was that I had forgiven him. If only he knew he was standing on thin ice. Then came the day I had planned for. I sat him down in his apartment. He was smiling, expecting something romantic. I looked him in the eyes and told him it was over. I told him I knew about the other girl all along, that I had seen the messages, that I had watched him play both sides. I told him that while he thought our relationship was blossoming, I had already moved on, that I had found someone who actually cared about me, someone who made me laugh without making me cry. I told him the last few months had been for me, not for us, that he could keep his apologies, that I did not need them anymore. He was stunned. You could see the moment his heart dropped, when he realized he had wasted all those months believing in a lie. He tried to argue, tried to say he loved me, but I was past listening. I walked out, feeling light as air, leaving him with memories as empty as he had left me so many nights. Now, I am living in my Austin apartment, my own little sanctuary. I walk along Lady Bird Lake with someone who holds my hand proudly. My friends say I smile more. I hear through mutual friends that my ex is a mess, lost and confused, grasping at the ghost of what we once had. He calls sometimes, but I never pick up. I do not hate him, not anymore. I am just glad I let him taste what he served. Sometimes, late at night, I smile thinking about how easy it was to turn the tables. And if there is a lesson here, it is that the best revenge is not anger or hate. It is freedom, it is happiness. And for the first time in a long while, I am both.